Hello, I'm Ryan and welcome to Drinking Irish. And yes, I am wearing a shirt today. I had to do a bit for TV, actually using the same setup for this, sort of record from here and send it to them earlier, so I had to look good for the camera in that camera sense. But back wearing the important gear now, gotta have a cap on when we're doing this show, baby. Tonight's beer. It's Friday, which means it's a weekend beer, and I have tweeted, by the way, the list all the way through to the 10th. Weston Herd Dolmen Irish Whiskey Stout. Now, I haven't actually checked. It's Chapelgate Irish Whiskey Company is the West Clare company they worked with for the whiskey, because you gotta mention that, and it's flavored with coffee roasted by Annam in the burn, and it's got cocoa nibs from Hazel Mountain Chocolate, who are also in the burn. And Western Herd, of course, are based in Kilmaley in County Clare. I knew they were Clare, I didn't actually know where. We got a great one, because of course it is named after the Dolmen, which makes sense. The Great Dolmen of Poolnabrone is one of County Clare's most impressive archaeological sites, built between 4200 BC and 2900 BC. It was a brutal setting for 33 of our Clare ancestors. These days, it was a burial setting for 33 of our Clare ancestors. These days, Poolnabrone is a noted location for astronomical observation, and so we thought it fitting to feature 33 stars above the great megaliths. Well, I've never had this before, but lads, Western Herd, folks, y'all have really bigged this beer up, so it better be good. And where's the opener? Let's crack her open. So we got some good news today, of course. We can all, from Tuesday, go 5 kilometers from our houses. More importantly, from the 8th of June, we can actually see our friends, which is nice. And the 10th of August is when pubs are set to reopen to some degree. Now, we'll see how much it is, but I'm planning on booking that week off. Don't know about the rest of you. We've emitted hard. We have emitted hard. This is possibly our biggest emit ever, in fact. I don't think I've ever emitted a beer quite like this. That just came out like, I don't know, I'd been shaking out a bottle of Coke for ages or something. Janie Mac, this is a work of art. And obviously I mean the most horrific kind of art. But wow. So, it gives me a bit of time to talk about the good news. So yeah, it's been busy at work, that's why it's going up so late, and it's going to go up later now because we're waiting for this to settle. I didn't mention the strength in this beer. Very important point, 7.6%. Like I said, it's a weekend beer. The schedule is up all the way through the 10th, which is Sunday week, and huge thanks to the beer club for the delivery there, because they filled a lot of gaps there. And actually my local O'Brien's, there was 2 I hadn't actually bought yet, who are on the list now. 5 Lamps and Pleasure Dome from them. We got 7 other breweries obviously lined up on the other 7 nights. And it's cracking to really just have this much beer, this many different breweries being featured. We're gonna have 10 different breweries that we haven't featured before for the next 10 days, which is great. The other big thing though with that is to bear in mind, I'm still trying to find a few different breweries at the moment. There's places that stock. I know Kildare on to me telling me where I can get them, so I'm going to try and work on that over the next couple of weeks. Actually from Tuesday it'll be a lot easier, because I think I can actually walk, or at least I can meet somebody who can walk to one of the Malloys and do a dead drop, so to speak. So I think it's Malloys stock them. If not, I'll double check, but I believe we can get Kildare once the next lift is up. Real Deal, I'm actually working on trying to find some Real Deal, so if someone can tell me somewhere in Dublin I can buy some Real Deal. I know I can buy some from the great guys at Beer Cloud. I'm a little away budget wise from making my next big beer order. I'm trying to buy beers at a time, so to speak, at the moment, after the last couple of orders. And it's no, we're not even getting to pour yet. We're still at this, come on, Janie Mac. What was going on there, Emmett Ryan? But so Real Deal, obviously another one I really want to get featured soon. Actually, there's loads of breweries I want to feature soon, to be honest. And basically most of the Ulster breweries. I know I've been chatting to a couple of folks to do with that. Going to work on getting them delivered with my next big delivery. Just get a bunch of them together. So anyone with link ups there, great. And also, frankly, any brewery you haven't seen yet on the show that you want to see. And if you don't know, check through the videos. You don't even have to watch them, although it does help if you watch them. And go, hey, have you heard of these? Oh, wow, haven't. Haven't got those. And I'll try and find them. I'll try and get hold of them. But working, like I said, I'm getting as many different breweries as possible on, because the point of this show is to get some exposure for as many breweries as possible. We will also, well, I say we, I will, not the next, it's still a solid 2 weeks away, so tomorrow fortnight will be what I like to call O'Hara's Cocktail Night, which is going to be me doing the cocktail mix of Lán Folláin and O'Hara's Pale Ale. So for that, if you want to join in, by the way, now we haven't got the list for a full 5 nights before that up yet, but I can confirm that will be that Saturday. You'll need 1 bottle of O'Hara's Pale Ale and 2 bottles of Lán Folláin. And so go with it from there, basically. And yeah, it should get quite fun. It should get quite fun indeed. You will still end up having 3 pints, just 3 very different pints to what you'd normally have. I think we're okay to do a bit more of a pour here. He says, well, hearing the bubbles rise. This is just, I am apologising to Western Herd. I mean, we had a great run there, like a week, I think, nearly, without me emmeting a beer properly. And then Friday night, I say end of a long week, I've actually got a fair bit of work to do tomorrow and Sunday, but between the two of them, I can get away with having a weekend beer tonight. And also, for you, the people, I'm having a weekend beer tonight. It's, it's going to be a bit of crack, like, we're going to be keeping going. But yeah, listen, I know we're all working very hard, and one thing I've been saying to a lot of people is, a lot of us are used to working remotely, a lot of us are used to working from home. I spend the guts of in a normal year 3 months of the year on the road, all in scattergun small amounts. I'm used to it to some degree, but even I'm not used to everyone working from home. I'm not used to having to think when I'm walking on the street that much. Probably not the worst thing that I'm actually paying more attention now, but you know what I mean. And so when we're looking at that, we gotta think about, how we chill, how we relax. One of my ways of doing it is having a fine beverage of the alcoholic variety, an adult beverage, as some of our American cousins might call it. And it's gonna go pretty good. And we have gotten how far into this video? We are 7 minutes in, and I have yet to have a sip. So I will in the details explain. If you want to wait to see the beer, no, I won't actually. Fuck that. There are those of you who tuned in blind have to suffer through, so I'm going to suffer through as well. So what else? Listen. Sport coming back is a big one, obviously. We don't know when, and it's like I say, it's the same thing about the beer, the sesh through the night. It's not even about, to me, the winning and losing of the matches. Don't get me wrong, they're good crack. They happen to find what way the night is going to go in terms of scheduling, so to speak. But it's just having the crack. I want to go to the Bowl in UCD and basically watch some, our lads play some other first division side. Haven't got to the Bowl this season, didn't get to go before the lockdown. And, it's like, just hang out with my mates and then go for a few pints afterwards. The simple stuff like that you miss, obviously Croker and all that, where you go much bigger events, be a different story. But just being able to go watch a game and know that it matters, although that said, this Sunday in the Business Post, I have got, it's so much we for me at the moment, I've got an absolute cracker of a piece about the last sports on earth. Yeah, I'm just going to violate this glass. Oh boy, we got explosions. Are we going to tilt? Are we going to tip? Wow, that's just a foam, and I can taste a whiskey barrel off it. Wow, that was me just stopping the foam spilling down my side. And oh wow, this is going to be a whopper. Like, from the head alone, I can tell you that this is a monstrous beer, 7.6%, and no hiding it. But I mean, listen, some of you are going to be bored watching the late. The rest of you kind of going, I spent over 10 minutes watching Emmett try to fucking have a beer, and he just failed so hard. But like, it's weekend time. I'm having a weekend beer. I'm taking the mick. And listen, if you've watched all the way through this far, it goes, oh my god, he hasn't had a drink yet. Why couldn't you just skip to when he was drinking? You could have skipped. There's an option there in YouTube to do that. But wow, Western Herd, this won't be your last time on the show, I can promise you that. And he goes, why is he still pouring on top of head? Because I like to watch the world burn sometimes. It's like this is totally the ice cream float Coke type vibe going on. I'm just determined to pour the entirety of this bottle out, by the way. It's best before the 2nd of August of next year. I reckon it'll just about have settled by then. But sorry, I'm just such a fucking piss artist at this stage. But listen, we've had the bad or the good as well. I've had friends this week who've lost their jobs, got furloughed later than others, or just got let go entirely. And, you know, that's brutal. Like, there's no getting around it. Like, I'm fortunate I still have my gig, and I'm still working very hard at it. Like, it's very busy, but at least I'm still doing it, you know? But it's not going to be easy, so, like, you know, socially distant doesn't mean you have to be socially isolated and all that shit. But, like, it doesn't have to be getting bored to bits with all these Zooms, getting bored to bits waiting for one guy you're watching the internet's beer to settle. It's just, you know, finding ways to check in with your mates, keeping an eye on them, let them know you're there, and, you know, you can do the whole yeah I care thing, which yeah, I'm an emotional guy, but if you're not like that, you know, if you just, you know, if you're a bit more sort of, you know, just want, or if they don't like it that way, you know, just say to them, listen, how are you, or what sort of shite is that? Usual, you know, just chill, deal with them, deal with them. And I'm going to hoover up some foam here. This is going to be disgusting, I'm sorry. I'm not counting this towards the taste test, Western Herd. Pretty tasty foam. Disgusting to look at, I'm sure, for you, but pretty tasty foam. I'm going to do the same again, by the way, before he goes. He's got to make us wait a few more minutes. I'm just going to hoover some foam here. I'm so sorry. This is like the least classy way. Well, it's not even remotely the least classy way I've ever had a beer in my life. You know, that's actually a passable head now after some work, so let's ruin it. There's a full pint bottle or something, like, you know, it's like, or is my glass smaller? No, it's 500 mils, which means this glass. I'd be skeptical of the glass. We're nearly there. This is the last drain. And finally, 12 minutes into recording, I was probably about like 11 something into the video because I had to do a bit of sorting first. We are having the beer. Western Herd Dolmen Irish Whiskey Stout. Here's the bottle again. I can assure you, any problems there were not the bottles, they were mine. So let's have a sniff. I know, shockingly, having been inhaling some foam, really lovely whiskey smell off it. But I'm looking forward to getting a bit of the coffee and cocoa beneath, like when we actually get into the beer itself. So finally, we're having some beer. To quote the dude, John Mills, wasn't it? In Ice Cold and Alex, worth waiting for. So it's the way it hits. The coffee sort of goes straight, and it's nice, simple, clear. Bit of cocoa, it's not clear, it's nice, simple. It's what you want from a coffee flavour in a porter. There's a fair bit of cocoa sort of balancing it out, and then there's the sweetness of the whiskey just coming around the side. You know, you can't mistake it. Oh yeah. The tingliness of the whiskey in my gums is just glorious. Like, it's making me play with my beard. Oh, this is a good beer. It lingers. It lingers. All parts linger. They're all playing with my mouth. This is an exquisite beer. To Western Herd, to all of your patience, to the weekend, and to our combined hope, and I get to June we all get to hoof again. Slán live go léir.